All right. All right. All right. I see we got a lot of work to do. All right. I didn't want to get into the closet of truth. I didn't want to do it. Greetings. Greetings. I didn't really want to get into the closet of truth today, so I won't stay too long. But this is a matter of utmost importance in the kingdom. You know, whenever we have lies and misinformation circulating out there, it's very important we address them on the spot. Greetings. It is I, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Crossing, aka Zeus, God of Sky and Thunder, and once again, we are in the closet of truth to discuss some very concerning news that has surfaced as a result of Jim Jordan and his whistleblower hearing. Yes, many of you know. No. We don't endorse Jim Jordan over here. I'm so sorry. Perhaps you stumbled into the wrong live. Not in this live. We don't endorse anything Jim Jordan is doing. Not at all. He's wasting taxpayers' money. He's promoting lies and conspiracies. And he's just overall a bad person. Yeah. At least 3 whistleblowers. Do you believe these folks are as real as they say? Do you believe these folks are real whistleblowers? Or do you think that perhaps there's more to this story than what Jim Jordan is selling the American people? I didn't even mention President Biden. I didn't mention President Biden. Biden's doing an outstanding job. You know that. Many of you who know me, you know where I stand when it comes to the things of President Biden. Jim Jordan had no dirt on Biden. No. You jokers believe Russia. We got American boots over here, and as far as I'm concerned, it's all American over here, champ. None of that Russia stuff flies over here in this kingdom. I'm so sorry. Perhaps, like I said earlier, perhaps you stumbled into the wrong live. It seems like the Republican have your live notifications turned on. Yes, please, ladies and gentlemen, turn on your live notifications so that when I go live, you get an opportunity to get the unadulterated truth. Tea drinker, what's going on, brother? Nice to see you. Now, what brought me to the closet of truth? Because, you know, I do my show in the morning. I do. Yes! Thank you for that, Galaxy. Wow! Big dog. I appreciate it. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, follow Tea Drinker. One of my good friends out here who's also a truth teller as well. Now, the reason I'm in the closet of truth discussing Jim Jordan is because I think last week we talked about how the Republicans were having a terrible week. James Comer, he came up with no dirt on the Bidens. So I don't want to talk Bidens. All right? Yes. I don't want to talk Bidens. But today, in his own hearing, in Jim Jordan's own hearing, 2 bombshell revelations were disclosed. One, I just did a video about. Linda Sanchez. Shout out to Linda Sanchez, who got Marcus Allen, one of the whistleblowers, to admit on national television in front of the cameras. He admitted Nancy Pelosi had nothing to do with the attack on January 6th. You can't keep saying Biden crime family when the truth is smacking you in the face. So I know Jim Jordan didn't think that was going to come out. Good morning or good afternoon attacking. Many of you go watch the video. So now that we've settled it, Nancy Pelosi had nothing to do with January 6th, not even Ray Epps. You should have seen how she did it. She said, "Is this your Twitter account, Marcus Allen?" And that's not my Twitter account. No, that's not mine. Listen, Marcus, I didn't ask you if that was your Twitter account. Is this your account? No. Good. All right. Look at what this account says. This account says something along the lines, Nancy Pelosi was responsible for January 6th. Marcus Allen, do you agree with it? That's not my Twitter account. Listen, Marcus, do you agree with the statement on this tweet? No. So you don't think Nancy Pelosi was responsible for January 6th? No. I yield back my time. Case closed. I don't want to debate it any longer. Nobody can tell me anything about Nancy Pelosi on January 6th. That was the first bombshell, ladies and gentlemen. I know you don't like me because I tell the truth. I get it. I know you don't like me because I'm telling the truth. But ladies and gentlemen, if not me, who? That's why they call me Triple H. Why do they call you Triple H? Because I keep telling them. Because I'm honest, ladies and gentlemen. I am the most honest person out here on TikTok, hands down. You too. Go look for me. Most honest. I am. Humble. I am the most humble person on this platform, second to none. Okay, if I step on your toes and I get it wrong, I'll say sorry. I'll be the first one to apologize. Oops, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, I am the most handsome. Woo! I'm the most handsome. I know they hate it when I tell them to thank you, Heidi, and thank you to all my subscribers who continue to put those Jack Smith photos out there so the Trump supporters can see it. And for those of you who put the blue waves out there so the Trump supporters can see it. That way they won't end up being sued like Rudy Giuliani is when they try to say the election was stolen. I want them to see that the Democrats are here and we're not intimidated by the lies and misinformation. And by the way, good afternoon, Poker Dad. So nice to see you. Okay, so nice to see you. Now, the next bit of business that I want to talk about. I've heard all the conspiracies about Biden and how Biden has this money and where is he getting the money? There got to be a crime. I've heard it all. And I really have. But Dan Goldman, ladies and gentlemen, another good Democrat out there in Congress. He had a bit of an exchange with these decorated whistleblowers that Jim Jordan hauled all into Congress today. Okay? And I got it right here. You know me, ladies and gentlemen. We got docket numbers. We got receipts. And I got a story to read to you. Okay? And I want you to tell me where this takes your mind. Okay? Please. Freshman Democrat Rep. Dan Goldman questioned GOP whistleblowers before Congress today during a hearing regarding Judiciary Chairman Jim Jordan's probe into the so-called weaponization of the FBI. Goldman, he used his time at the hearing to ask FBI agent Garrett O'Boyle and former FBI Special Agent Steve Friend about receiving money from former Trump official Kash Patel. Wow! The whistleblowers are getting money from Donald J. Trump's supporter, Kash Patel, who now runs his own nonprofit called Fight with Cash. Trump supporters, why? Where's your outrage? Where is the investigation? James Comer, I need you to look into it. Where's the outrage? So these whistleblowers you've been toting around, now we find out they're being paid for by Donald J. Trump, and I'll go one step further, Russia. RC Dubs, nice to see you. Let's continue with this conversation that they had today. And it's a video out here. You can go watch it. Go to C-SPAN website. You can see it for yourself. We established earlier credibility matters, certainly for witnesses who appear before us. This is what Dan Goldman said. Mr. Boyle, do you know who Kash Patel is? This is what he asked. And you know what Mr. Boyle said? I do. And he wasn't talking about getting married when he said I do. He said it like, yes, I really know who that is. So Dan Goldman, his mind wakes up. Whoa, you do. Next question. We ain't wasting no time. Have you received any money from Kash Patel or his organization? Goldman asked. Boyle replied, I have. My jaw hit the floor. What? You taking money from the Trump? Isn't it so funny? All these complaints that we're out of money, Biden's ruining the economy, but these folks seem to be always finding their hands on some money. Where y'all getting this money from? But you know what? Let me continue. When you previously met with the majority members and or majority staff of this committee, was Kash Patel present for that meeting? Goldman asked. No, Boyle replied. To your knowledge, has Kash Patel ever spoken to the committee members on your behalf? Not that I know of, Boyle replied. Not that you know of. Was anyone present for your previous meetings with committee members and staff on the majority that were not members of the committee or staff of this committee? Goldman asked. My counsel. Your counsel. Anyone else? Goldman asked. I don't think so, Boyle replied. Next question. Is Kash Patel helping you finance your counsel? We want to know, is Kash Patel paying for your attorney at this point? Because you've already admitted you've taken some of his money. You've already admitted it. Now we got to go deeper. These are people who said they were a part of the FBI. They had no bias. These are the people. Now we're finding out Kash Patel's paying these folks. This is what he says. I don't think so. What? Sir, you don't think? I can't take it with these guys. And then they get mad at me. They get mad at Biden. They get mad at Nancy Pelosi. But it's them that are doing the exact same thing that they're saying the Democrats are doing. It's the most bizarre thing. Okay, and Mr. Friend, now he goes to the other FBI agent that's sitting there. Mr. Friend, and by the way, Mr. Friend, I don't know if you heard his testimony. He's the most pure FBI agent out there. I don't know why they took away my access, my security clearance access. I was just investigating some domestic terror things, and I was investigating, child pornography, and I don't know why they took away my security clearance. I've been doing such an excellent job. But yet, he didn't tell the truth when it came to his involvement with what happened on January 6th. He didn't tell the truth. But Dan Goldman goes over to Mr. Friend. Mr. Friend. Yes. Thank you for those gifts. I appreciate it. Mr. Friend. This is what Mr. Friend does. Yes, Dan Goldman. And he's an FBI agent, so he got to stiffen up a little bit. Yes. Yes, Dan Goldman. And did you receive any money from Kash Patel? Goldman asked. Now, this is the second guy. This is what the FBI agent says. Yes. He said yes. So now you got two former FBI officials that just admitted in Congress that Kash Patel has been paying them. And this man has ties to Donald Trump. Jim Jordan, you get an F. Jim Jordan gets an F today. Another F. So you receive money. Yes, He gave me a donation last November. Friend replied. A donation? Goldman asked. And Goldman, I gotta give it to you, brother. You get them so good. Yes, a donation. Are you a charitable organization? Goldman shot back. Instead of saying, no, I'm not a charitable organization, here it goes. This is the grift. This is the sympathy part, because you got me, Goldman, you got me. I was an unpaid, indefinitely suspended man trying to feed his family. And he reached out to me and said he wanted to give me a donation, friend replied. Did he have any? Was he present for any of your meetings with committee members or staff? Goldman asked. No, friend. No, said friend. Goldman continued to grill friend about his connection to Patel and whether or not he requested documents and testimony he provided not be shared with Democrats on the committee. That is another important thing to keep in mind. Jim Jordan and his group, they refused to give Democrats access to testimony today. So it was like we were on a blind fishing expedition today. We were, but we got what we needed today, ladies and gentlemen. You want to say the FBI is corrupt? Well, you got to admit, folks like these guys don't help, right? You love Jim? Wow, these folks love Jim Jordan. Can you believe it? So, now, with all of this information, right, there's more out there, like I said. With all this information going on, where does this leave us right now as a country of law and order? I can't do TikTok battles. Where does this leave us, ladies and gentlemen? This leaves us right where I thought we would be. We are still in the middle of misinformation and hypocrisy in this country coming from, I hate to say it, my friends on the right. 90% of it is coming from folks like Jim Jordan. I can't talk to you about President Biden. I can't. We can't talk about Hunter Biden. No. What is there? If Hunter Biden would have had this going on, you can hear the TikTok lives now. These fake TikTok hosts out here, they would get out here and they would say, look at Biden's family. They're so corrupt. Biden is ruining the economy. And look at this. He's giving the money away. How did he get the money? You got no evidence of it. They have no evidence of it. But you know what we do got evidence of? We do have evidence. We do got evidence of Kash Patel. Thank you, Dan Goldman, for pointing it out. And I don't know how Dan Goldman figured it out. But we do have evidence that Trump definitely has been funding FBI agents. We do have evidence today, ladies and gentlemen. And we do have evidence that one of these whistleblowers has gone on record and admitted that Nancy Pelosi, hey Fanny, nice to see you, that has admitted that Nancy Pelosi had nothing to do with the attack on the United States Capitol on January 6th. So I don't want to talk about it no more. I've said what I need to say about January 6th. As far as I'm concerned, Donald J. Trump was the ringleader and it's non-negotiable. The only thing left now, Nancy Pelosi's not trash and neither is President Biden. And you know it. Think about it, folks. Imagine. You want to sit here and try to think Biden is bad. Imagine what would have happened if we would have allowed Donald J. Trump to get 4 more years in office, right? Imagine what this country would look like. You, especially the Trump supporters that are critical of Biden, you would be on your knees begging for the Democrats to help. Okay, so cut it out. I don't believe this fake outrage you got. Thank you for the hat. You know it. You know what I am saying is so true. And that's why I said they call me Triple H for a reason. It is because I'm the most honest person you know. Yes, you know it. And humble. Have I lied yet, ladies and gentlemen? Have I lied to you? Have I lied? No. I haven't lied. I haven't. Look at everybody out there. They're saying no. They're saying I haven't lied because this is true. Cash Patel's paying these whistleblowers. They're not even real whistleblowers, I'm hearing. Donald Trump got these cronies in there like Jim Jordan, and he's paying these folks to get out here and lie to you. And as a matter of fact, you're giving your money to these people so that they can lie to you. And then you turn around and blame the Democrats. Shame. Shameful conduct. The third H, great question. The third H is because I am the most handsome. Sheesh. I'm working up a sweat in the closet of truth with you. All right. Obviously, I've talked enough and I've said my piece. And before I get out of here, I'm the most woke. I can live with that. They say I got TDS. I can live with that. I say, you know what? If I got TDS, give me more of that because it only makes me stronger so that I can get out here and give you the truth. Give me whatever they got that's going to keep me on this straight and narrow path when it comes to holding the folks in the Republican Party accountable. Yesterday, I saw brother Jamal Bowman, standing outside on the streets, on the steps of the Capitol, talking to Marjorie Taylor Greene, telling her, get rid of George Santos. I saw it. I posted a video. I go onto Twitter today, and you should see what's all over my feed. Marjorie Taylor Greene says Jamal Bowman attacked her on the steps of the Capitol. I mean, seriously, Marjorie Taylor Greene? Cut it out. Ain't nobody attacking you. You feel attacked when the truth starts to come out. Cut it out. Cut it out. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to take some calls, and then I'm going to get up out of here. Yes, Jack Smith. Thank you so much, Heidi, for that. Greetings, attacking. How are you?
Alvin Bragg.
I love Alvin Bragg. American hero. What do you got for us?
The thing is this,
Let me get my rag so I can wipe myself off. I got a good workout in here, but keep talking.
You tell so much truth.
Right, I do.
Before you bring anybody on, you don't leave anything else for us, your supporters, to bring forth. But you did forget to say that the Presidential Archives is sending Jack Smith 6 more reports in regards to them informing Donald Trump on how to declassify documents properly. And Donald Trump keeps on saying that he can just do it by his mind, which is really small. And that ain't going to fly. And of course, you do have other lawyers dropping out of Donald Trump's legal issues, saying that it's for personal reasons, when we really know it's because he just doesn't shut his mouth.
All his lawyers are running for the hills, aren't they? They know what's coming.
By far. And for any logical, educated human being out there who follows Trump and believes everything he says,
right?
You are the perfect example of exactly what Donald Trump says he loves. I love the uneducated people. And for you people to not listen to what Donald Trump has said on video after video, that if you repeat a lie over and over and over so many times that people will tend to believe a lie as to be truth, that is exactly what he does.
Hi, Dina. Right. Tell him attack.
Why do you people, why don't you just sit in front of a mirror and look at yourselves and say, am I really being fooled? Or write on a piece of paper. They call it the Ben Franklin.
Yeah.
Where you write a piece of paper, truth or false, and put a line down the middle.
Stop blaming Democrats.
and write down, am I believing the truth or am I believing a lie? Write down, and whatever one side has more of, yes, I'm believing lies more than I'm believing truths, that means you're being fooled. You can analyze yourself.
Preach from the highest
You can pull yourself out of this conundrum of keep on following somebody who just delivers you nothing but bullcrap each and every day.
Hallelujah.
If I kept on making racist comments or ignoring racist actions, I would be considered a racist.
Yeah.
If I ignore somebody beating a woman who abuses women, that means I would be supporting an abuser. You guys are supporting a liar. You guys are supporting a man who was just confirmed to be an assaulter of women. And you say, oh, big deal.
You know what, Jackie? What you got on Rudy Giuliani while you at it? Go ahead and get him too.
Oh, Rudy Giuliani, in his filing, I put into my video on my page that Rudy Giuliani, as Noel Hubbard or Dunphy, goes into the shower, takes a shower, comes out of the shower, is dressed in a towel, and Rudy Giuliani is sitting on the bed. She was startled. She tells Rudy, wait for me in the other room while I get dressed. And Rudy Giuliani did not leave.
Wow.
You know what he did do? He walked over to the woman, grabbed her by the back of her head, and pulled him down to his crotch to have her perform an ungodly action. And you guys say, big deal. And by the way, her lawyer says that they have audio tape. So they have information in regards to Rudy Giuliani doing disgusting things that you guys don't care.
Trump supporters, time to repent.
What he's done or what Donald Trump has done. Donald Trump's friends.
Tell them attacking. They ain't getting this message over there from Fox.
Bill O'Reilly. Hold on. Donald Trump's friends consist of Bill O'Reilly, who was fired from Fox for sexual assault. Roger Ailes.
What they do with him?
Was sued by one of the Fox news anchors. I forget her name. The lady. She was sued for He was sued, paid her off $25 million for sexual assault. Donald Trump's friends are nothing but sexual assaulters and pedophiles like Jeffrey Epstein. But you guys, forget that. That doesn't really matter. He hasn't touched you or your children, so it's okay. So you fake Christians out there who look at Donald Trump and tell your kids, honey, what I want you to do is I want you to be just like that man, Donald J. Trump. He's a great man, and he'll do God's work as he sacrifices you to the devil. My God.
And they can't tell me that they don't think that Trump is the second coming of Christ, because I was referred to a book, where Trump was in a Trump-like Bible. So if it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck. Oh my!
Oh, by the way, any one of you people who think Donald Trump's a Christian, he himself has said, I have never asked God for forgiveness. And I was a born-again Christian who was bathed in the water to cleanse my soul of all sins. And that's the only way you can become a born-again Christian, is to ask God for forgiveness and be bathed.
Trump supporters, please do us a favor. Thank you for the gift, Andy. Trump
Holy
supporters,
shit.
please keep it clean. Please do us all a favor and repent. Turn away from your transgressions. Abandon your faith in Donald Trump, and admit you got a problem. You've been addicted to Trump way too long. I'm still waiting to find that one woman out there that says that they love Trump that also thinks he's attractive? Is there any women out there
Oh,
that
I
think
can name a couple. They came after me today. I went into their live and they wouldn't let me talk. But the thing is this.
yeah,
The
thank
thing
you.
is this. The thing is this. I was talking as they're talking over me. I said, "You guys invited me up, so shut up and let me talk." They kept talking, so I didn't let anything happen. So I controlled them, and I said, "You guys aren't letting me talk. See you later. Bye bye. Don't ever invite me again."
Listen, I get it. I get it. And that's not good when they do that to you, brother attacking, because all we're doing is we're coming and we're saying, hey, perhaps you should consider some new information out there besides what you've
Exactly.
been believing. Okay, a lot of what you've been believing is QAnon based. Okay, extra heavy on the lies and conspiracies. But for the most
Yep.
part, it ain't helping you. No, it's
Yep.
not. Don't
And
blame
you and
Biden.
you fake Christians out there who support Trump.
Oh
You
gosh.
you fake mothers and fathers out there who support Trump, ignoring his little sexual perversions. Again, I'm going to say it, and I'm saying it here. You will sacrifice your children because that's what you're doing.
Hey. Oh. Now listen, attacking. I gotta bring up somebody else. All
Bring
right.
somebody else up.
Yes.
God bless you.
Yes.
You
God
handsome,
bless you as well.
you handsome, humble, and honest man. You.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for telling the truth, attacking. I really do appreciate you. Ladies and gentlemen, you see, it's not that hard when the truth is in you. We don't get in here and do what these folks on the right do. You should have seen how that hearing started today. Okay? You had Stacey Plaskett, okay, one of the finest Democrats out there. They are calling out Jim Jordan. They said, listen, these folks, these whistleblowers, they gave you testimony. Why have we not gotten access to that testimony? Jim Jordan says you can have access to it if they want you to have access to it. So it's a game now. We got information and we hide it from the Democrats, but then we try to call them out on it. Not gonna work. It's not gonna work because guess what? Even when you tried to call us out, we got it on record, okay, that Kash Patel, a former Trump official, has been paying for these three whistleblowers, at least two of them, but I think all three. He has been paying for them. So you can't sit up here and tell me there's no there when we got it right here. You can't do it. All right. All right. Moving on to our next guest. I'm telling the truth. Listen, they don't like me because I tell the truth. But guess what? I'd rather be realer than you. Informed citizen, how are we doing?
Good, Zeus. How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right. How are you going? How are things going with your project?
Actually, I had a pretty good week. I have a contact that's trying to get me in touch with both Summer Lee and AOC right now.
Oh,
So
okay,
that
yeah. Let's get them over here onto this platform right here where we're at. I would love to talk to them.
absolutely, because if
Thank
we
you.
can get them involved, I always say it just takes numbers. If we get the numbers together and everybody acting in concert together,
Hmm.
we're unstoppable. So
Hey, I agree with you. I would love to get them involved with what you got going on so I can get up in here. All right, Andy, thank you. And keep bringing this truth. Now, is that what brings
and
you
just
to the closet of truth, or is there something in particular that we need to
uh,
get out in the
I was
open?
gonna comment on what you were talking about, but just real quick, since you brought it up, just for the people out there, I'm creating a voter platform. Go check
Yeah.
out my profile, learn about it, like my videos, stuff. Get the word out because we need to build numbers. The more numbers we build, the bigger the people will get, and you'll find out that this is going to be a big deal. We're gonna, I don't want to go into details in Zeus's live. I just thought I'd say that real quick.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's
have you
fair.
ever seen a person more publicly look guilty than Jim Jordan? I mean, this. This man, he is so desperate to save his own skin right now because he knows he was involved in all of this. He knows that his troubles, he's not just trying to protect Trump, he is trying to protect his own ass right now.
Oh, keep it clean now. Keep it clean. But let's
Sorry.
for those people who don't understand, because what you just said, it sounds like you're speaking in parables. Can you must just get us a little closer to what you meant when you said Jim Jordan is covering his own apples?
Um, well, they're definitely investigating whether or not he was not whether or not, how much involvement in the January 6th insurrection
Oh,
there was.
oh.
So if it wasn't for the investigation of him himself
Mm,
and the fact that he got into this position on this committee, I
mm.
mean, this has been the biggest political farce I think I've ever seen in my lifetime. And it's just, like I said, it's not just Trump's buttocks that is on the line here. It's not just uh, Jordan's. It's a lot of other people. I mean, there's a lot of people that are going to be brought to
Do you think you
light.
say a lot of people? Do you think it's going to be people like Ray Epps, perhaps?
Maybe that guy, and maybe some people like Matt Gaetz, and who's that guy that down in Texas that likes to go on vacation during
Oh,
Ted
Ted
Cruz.
Cruz.
Ted Cruz, that guy, yeah, that guy. These
Do you
guys
think
are
Nancy
they're just
Pelosi is going to be?
ridiculous.
Hi, Jessica. Do you think Nancy Pelosi?
I think she'll be proven to be kind of a hero of the day because we've already seen what she did.
Thank you.
I'm not going to give Pence a lot of credit, but at least he didn't turn.
Hmm.
So I'll give him credit right there for not following along with all of it, but he could have done
Amen.
something sooner. He should have spoke. He
Amen.
could be speaking out. If he's really
Amen.
believes in his country, any of these people, if they believe in their country, they should be speaking out. And there's plenty of Republicans right now that are just not even speaking out because they're afraid of their own frickin' party. So, they really need to be able to speak out and not be afraid of what the consequences are from their party
You
versus
hear
their
that?
own country.
They really do need to step it up. Okay,
So that
because
was it. I just, I saw you had Mr. Jordan, and
yeah.
I heard the conversation. I didn't get to watch it myself, but I caught up with you. So,
Okay, you got enough. Just know they went in there and they tried to brand themselves as whistleblowers and how the FBI mistreated them. And while that may have been what they intended to do, and they didn't give the Democrats the actual testimony these whistleblowers gave them, we got some gold nuggets out of there. One of them admitted Nancy Pelosi was not responsible for January 6th. And via Dan Goldman, we now know two of them at least were being paid for by Cash Patel.
well, if Jordan's got the testimony from these people and it actually implicates something, why is he so afraid to let it out?
Because, like you said, he's trying to cover his apples.
Yeah,
He knows whatever's in there is not going to be good for him. And because Jack Smith is listening and looking at all of this, we got him.
yeah. It's only a matter of time now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, listen, thank you, brother, informed citizen. I appreciate you.
Thank you, Zeus. You have a good day.
All right, you too, and continue the good work. So, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. It's not that difficult to get in here and simply say, you know what? Maybe there is something wrong with Jim Jordan after all. Maybe there is something wrong with the current Republican Party. Maybe there is something that we need to do to get this country back on track besides blaming President Biden. Perhaps. Uh, um, hello, Suzanne or
Hello.
Susan.
Hey,
Susan, right? How are you?
I'm well. How about yourself?
I'm doing all right. We've never done business before, have we?
No, we haven't. We haven't.
Okay,
But
well
I've heard
then.
you. I've heard you a few times, and I enjoy your content.
Okay, okay. Well, I appreciate that. So I take it you and I are kind of on the same side politically.
Yes, yes, we
Oh,
are.
okay.
Yes, we are.
Okay. You just never know. You never know. You know. So with that being said, what exactly brings you into the kingdom, into the closet of truth? Is there a particular topic that you wanted to, get some more
Well,
clarity on?
I did want to talk about what the gentleman, just briefly. I didn't want to stay up long when he was talking about Pence not being guilty. No, he was very much supportive, very much just as bad, because he
Right.
was toting the evangelical side and spewing, just as much nonsense, and he was way out on the extreme, way out on the
You
extreme.
but Pence didn't listen to Trump though, even though Trump called him the P word. Doesn't that count?
I don't know, but he did. He did come back after the fact. After the
Mm,
fact, he
mm,
came to the other side. He
mm,
came to the other side. I
mm.
don't know if you were aware of that, but not during the nonsense, or
Oh,
should I say nonsense? Not while it was all occurring, but after the fact, he did. After the fact, he did.
but he
So
did the
that was
right.
just
Well, I don't like him like that, by the way. But I will say, good thing he followed through like he did.
yes. I will give him
Right?
that. I'll give him that, because he did have the cojones to stand up to the whole. I will give him that. I'll give him that credit, because
Listen
when
up.
it was, yeah, I'll give
Tell
him
him.
that credit.
Tell him. He
I'll
did
give
do
him
what
that
he
credit.
had to do that day, even though
He
those
did. I will give him that credit. So yeah, when the time was there, he did it. I'll give him that credit. So
Okay, but I'm with you. All the other stuff he did, I can't get along with. I can't get jiggy with Pence. I just can't. But
no,
for what it is worth, that man, he did something that a lot of people hate him for.
that's true. I'll give you that.
Right?
I mean, call a spade a spade. Give the man the credit where the credit is due. And yeah, that did take a lot of cojones. I'll give him
Yeah,
that. Yeah,
cojones. Listen up.
yeah,
It
yeah.
takes a
So
lot of them. Why do you think? Why do you think the Trump supporters don't like Mike Pence?
well, yeah. I mean, that of course they don't. I mean, to stand up to him, that was a huge thing. I mean,
They
when you
call him the
got
traitor.
gallows out there ready to hang you, and you're still standing up to him, that's a
Mm,
big deal.
yeah.
That's a big deal.
Mm, mm,
So
mm,
yeah, yeah.
mm.
So I'll give him
Well,
credit.
I give him credit, but I don't think he'll ever be able to be president in this country. No, his record is too tarnished. But what I will say is, thank God for Mike Pence. I don't get why the Trump supporters call him a traitor. I don't get how they ascribe that name to him when they know that
No.
without Pence, Trump would have never gotten to office. The Trump supporters, if anything, you owe Mike Pence a serious apology.
Well, I mean, you have to get in one breath for Trump to be saying he likes the ignorant, but then to sit there and say that that he's angry at Pence. It's like you can't have it both ways, people.
You can't.
You like you like the ignorant, but then you want to sell them down the road, and you want them to believe that his right hand man is. You can't. Hello.
Mm.
You picked
Hello.
this man as your right hand man, but now you
Huh?
want to sell him down the river.
Hypocrites.
Yeah, you can't have it both ways. You have this man as your right hand man, the man that who would save you, and now you want to hang him and you want to sell him down the river. You can't have it both ways. That's
Make
selling
sense.
yourself down the river. You're selling
Yeah.
yourself. That's like people who say, "Oh, my wife is ugly." You picked her.
Ha!
You picked her. You picked her,
Oh,
dude. Now
that
who's the person that can't
stings.
figure out who's pretty?
Mm,
Who's the one who can't figure out what's what?
mm,
Same
mm.
thing.
This
Same
ain't
exact thing.
flawed. This ain't flawed logic that you hear.
Exactly.
This is true.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't want to take up all your time, but thank you for letting me up. I appreciate it.
Oh, no problem. You're welcome anytime to come in and testify. I appreciate you, Susan. Thank you
Thank you. I
so
appreciate
much.
you.
Anytime, anytime. You see, ladies and gentlemen, there's no mystery to getting into the box and telling the truth. And a lot of people say, Zeus, it's an echo chamber. Zeus, you have TDS. That doesn't bother me. What bothers me is, do you got receipts? Do you got docket numbers to validate what it is you're talking about? If you want to talk to me, especially if you are on the right, do not get into this box and start getting creative with your imagination. And all of a sudden you want to explore Hunter Biden and Joe Biden and Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama. No, I don't want to talk about them right now. I want to talk about one thing. Kash Patel, a former Trump official, paying these whistleblowers, and how Jim Jordan got himself set up looking like a plumb dumb lunatic today in Congress. Oh, my good friend HVAC. HVAC.
Hello.
Yeah. Have you decided to come in and turn over your membership from being a Trump supporter?
No, that's a lifetime membership. Cost me a lot. Cost me
Well,
some blood, sweat, and
how much
tears.
did it cost you to get it?
It cost a lot. It cost me my sanity dealing with the left because they are unhinged.
And you don't say. Why do you suggest? I wanted to talk about this Kash Patel thing, but since you want to
Well,
go there,
I had a
what about
question.
the left do you think is unhinged? Moon
Well,
backup, nice to see you.
let's talk about something you said. You said that the FBI came out and said that Pelosi was not tied to the Capitol breach,
Yeah,
correct?
that came out in
Okay,
the testimony today.
all right. So why do you believe the FBI after? Wait, I should ask you. Did you read the Durham report, or have you summarized it at all?
No, I burn every time somebody brings. I burn. I don't entertain nothing
Wait,
that is
do you
full
not?
of lies.
Do you agree about the? Do you think the Mueller report was good?
It was all right. It could have been better. It was
So why
compromised.
wouldn't you? So you'd read one special counsel's report but not the other? That seems a
That's
little
right.
biased, Zeus. That seems a
Listen,
little biased.
listen. I've answered your questions. You got 50,000 questions. Let's get to the meat and potatoes. People are hungry, HVAC, and they want to see
Yes.
you. They want to see what you're serving.
They're gonna be skinny if they're gonna vote left. I'll tell you that. But
No. Quite the opposite. Now, you
what
said the left is doing what?
I mean, what? So what are we talking about? Pelosi still?
No. You made a claim something about the left is doing something, but I guess that was just you. You
Oh,
were
I mean,
just
what aren't they
venting.
doing? They're passing bill. I mean, they're insane, man. Like
Hmm.
they want to give
What would you
kids
say is your
baby
top
blockers.
grievance? What would you say is your top grievance with the
My
so-called
top
left?
grievance. Yeah. I I would say.
Yeah. I have the same problem too, HVAC. Nothing.
Well, there's just so many. I'm
No,
just trying
yeah.
to think about where to start. I guess we could start with the bills they're trying to pass.
I've heard that word bills flying around. I really have. And which
Yes,
ones
sir.
are they trying to pass that you have
Actually,
to, that grind
r-
your gears? Because I'm assuming the ones that have been passed, you're okay with it.
no, as long as they're kind of keeping the kids out of it, I'm okay with it.
Okay, so we're not going to debate none of the bills and accomplishment Biden currently passed. Great. So let's talk
Oh, okay.
about which
All
ones
right. I see
you.
what you're saying. How about, yeah, let's talk about the CHIPS Act. Let's talk about the infrastructure, the Green New Deal Act, the
The
infrastructure bill.
1.3
All
trillion
these things
dollar
that cause
bipartisan
inflation.
infrastructure package.
Yes, it's
That
full
the
of it's bad.
okay.
Yeah. Where do you think that money's going, Zeus? You think
I
it's
think
going to subsidized programs trying to line their pockets using the American dollar?
mm. So that's the one thing that infrastructure package that got you upset. Other than that, you're fine.
I mean, the crime is outrageous right now. The rhetoric of like the country's
What
more
when
divided
you
than
say
ever.
crime, what kind of
Yeah,
crime are you referring to? Because I've been looking
I'd
and
say
listening.
fentanyl deaths.
Well, that's not crime. I'm talking about, like, for instance, you got all of these mass unalivings happening, right? What do you think
Yeah.
about that? Especially happening in these red
Mass.
states.
Sure. I mean, look at the people that are doing it. We had people that came here illegally
No,
shoot up a family that
not
was
those
here
people.
illegally.
No. I'm talking about a different type of people, that
Right.
the
You're
ones that
talking
go
about
to these.
the school shooting that the
Yeah.
trans
But keep it clean.
individual, the trans person
Keep it
perpetrated.
clean now. Yeah.
Yeah. So that person had a I mean, yeah, we should be talking about the mental disorders that are going on in this country.
Oh, okay. Well, you see what you just did right there, right? You see what we just did. I think we talked about maybe 5 different things in 1 minute. Pretty impressive, right?
Let's hone in on one of them, Zeus.
Well,
Or we can,
I was asking
what are the
you. I
receipts you
said,
have?
what is one thing the left has done? It took you a second, but then you said it was the infrastructure package. And I'm like, well, what is there? Well, we don't know where the money went. I'm going, well, that's not what a lot of people that I know are saying. So who's right?
Yeah, okay. Let's talk
Because
about how
some
come.
of us, as quiet as it is kept, HVAC, some of us are actually thriving with Biden. And I'm one of them. You
Wait,
see,
yeah, key word, some of us, but very few.
no. It's why Biden has such a good approval rating when you come to think about it, right? A lot of people I talk
What?
to, I say, who do you want to be president in for another 4 years? And
Yeah.
hands down, everyone says if it comes down to it, President Biden.
So who are yeah, sure. I mean, if you talk to like liberals all day.
No, I talk to real people independent as well, experts in
Yeah. Well, did you watch
industry.
the town hall?
The CNN one.
Yeah.
What about that?
That was nice. Trump absolutely. Those were independents in the crowd. They were
Oh
cheering
my
for him.
gosh, no, those were those. Listen, that CNN town hall. Only thing I want you to know about that is Jack Smith was listening, and Trump told on himself so many times. He got himself
Um,
into so much trouble. He couldn't even decide which country to stand for Ukraine or Russia. He couldn't answer it. I don't think that went so well for Donald Trump, to be quite honest.
Wait, why do you name one thing that didn't go well for him? Like, what are you talking about? I think it went
Well,
really well.
the number one thing, and then I'm gonna let you get back to working. Okay, I hear you working. I
Yeah,
don't
you
want
heard.
you to get distracted. The number one thing was he admitted that he took those classified documents and he showed them to people
Look, no one denies that he had classified documents. He's the
and he
president of the
showed them.
United States.
Remember when she
No,
asked
he
him,
did not
"Did you
admit
show
he showed
anyone?"
them to anybody.
No,
You remember what he said, Zeus?
he says not really.
No, he said if I did, I could,
No,
if
he
I
said
wanted
not
to. Remember
really,
that,
but if
Zeus?
I did, to that your point right there. But he said not really, but if I did, I could. You know what that
I'm
sounds
the
like,
president.
HVAC? If you get
Zeus,
caught cheating,
Zeus, he named her cat Vagina.
and that's another thing. If you don't know the woman, how do you know the name of her cat?
Zeus, I don't know how we can ever make America great again with these liberals destroyed.
Oh my goodness. Now listen, HVAC, I think you made it on the right side today in terms of understanding that you're believing a bunch of nonsense with former president. So I'm gonna have to bring up our next guest, all right?
All right, thanks for having me, Zeus. Hey, brother.
No problem. No
Later.
problem. Thank
Thank
you
you,
for
sir.
coming up and being respectful in the kingdom. I appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, you see, it's not that hard. I know HVAC struggles, but he knows. And I don't see him just in this live. I see these folks. He goes into a lot of left lives because he loves it. He knows that we're telling the truth. And no Trump 2024. That's not true. That's not going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. That's not going to happen. And I'm the first one to tell you. Many of you don't know this. I had a good friend of mine during midterms. He was talking red wave. He said, Zeus, there's going to be a red wave. He told me this, right? And I told him, I don't think so. Nope, there's not going to be a red wave. Midterms came. I took a trip out to Arizona. Where are you going, Zeus? Oh, I'm going to go out to Arizona and do some field work, right? This is what I said to him. I'm going to do some field work. I went to Arizona, hung out with wonderful, beautiful, amazing people out there in the state of Arizona. God bless the state of Arizona. I get back here, California, back in the Bay. Yes. I talked to the same friend, and midterms came and went, and the results are as you said. They thought the Republicans were going to just clean house. They were going to get the House and the Senate and have some left over. But after the midterms, they saw all the stuff that they were counting on didn't happen. They barely got the House. Democrats held on to the Senate. And he comes to me and he said, did you have anything to do, Zeus, with Arizona turning blue? And I said, why do you think they call me Zeus? Why do you think they call me Triple H? Because I got that kind of influence whenever I go places. You better watch out. And ever since then, ladies and gentlemen, this friend of mine stays out of the way because he knows Zeus means business. There's not going to be a Trump 2024 at all. You heard it here first. I know. Listen, go to sleep tonight. You'll feel better in the morning, okay? But you got to get over this. It's not going to happen. There's no good Republican candidates out there, and Donald Trump isn't going to be able to go the distance. I'm so sorry. But no, I'm not sorry. He's not going to be able to go the distance. He still has to get past all of these investigations, folks. This man is probably going to be in court the rest of his life. Let's just call it what it is. He don't got time to run a country. He only got time to run his business. The only thing he's going to be having time to do is to go in the courtroom and sit on the defense and keep repeating 2020 until the good Lord takes him home. Come on. It's over, Trump. You're not going to get up here and do this tour. He calls it a revenge tour. Oh, no. We're not having that, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so sorry, but I'm really not. That's why they call me Triple H. That's why they call me Triple H, ladies and gentlemen. I have no reason to lie to you. Greetings, Brother Fuzzy. Nice to see you. You're muted. I can't hear you.
Sorry about that. I said hello. You're giving a heck of a sermon tonight.
Oh, I know. I'm so sorry. I didn't want to, but I was like, this Dan Goldman thing, it forced me into the closet of truth.
Yeah. It's hilarious. Jim Jordan. I mean, when he couldn't answer the question, "Have you talked to Donald Trump today?" on the news after January 6th, he's like, I don't know. I talked to him a lot. You couldn't answer that question. Did you talk to the president of the United States today?
Wow. They know the answers. They know the answers, and that's when you know you got them. When they start backpedaling, over.
That's it. So I'm going to shift rails a little bit on this conversation, if you don't mind.
As long as let's follow.
$1 billion and 2,000 jobs. That's what Disney just took off. Disney just took off the table in Florida.
I saw the news headline flash. Is that what
so?
Done?
$1 billion project. Disney took it off, and it was given Floridians 2,000 jobs.
Wow.
Gone.
Wow. And you know what? What grinds my gears about that, Fuzzy, is that's going to happen. And then the folks in Florida, you know who they're going to blame? Who are they going to blame for their situation now?
The immigrants.
No, they're going to blame Biden and the Democrats.
Right. Yeah, it's crazy. Somehow they're gonna say, yeah, it's the woke Disney. Matter of fact, I'm surprised they haven't even nicknamed them woke Disney yet.
You're right.
There you go, Red. There you go, Red people. You just got your nickname. You can thank Fuzzer for woke Disney.
Yeah, woke Disney did it. And,
so
this is why I keep making it a point whenever I talk out here. Stop blaming Democrats for your shortcomings and things like that. When it's clear to us, you keep voting in your own worst interests.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, this Disney thing it's just the beginning of it. It really is. But on a more challenging conversation that it affects me and you both as creators on this app, Montana is the first state YouTube and TikTok from personal devices.
You think
Scary.
it's bizarre and scary, and these folks in Montana, I can see them right now, Fuzzy. Greetings, brother Swerving. Good greetings, Shane. Nice to see you. I can see these folks in Montana. Okay, they're gonna get their TikTok accounts taken away, and who are they gonna blame?
The woke Democrats.
Thank you.
Or China.
Yeah. Misplaced aggression, folks. Cut it out.
So, well, I just wanted to come on here real quick and share those little tidbits of information. Jim Jordan crashing and burning is always entertaining. Finding out that Donald Trump is bribing everyone is always entertaining.
Yeah.
And you know what? The report that just came.
The Durham report.
Durham, thank you. The
Yeah.
Durham report. HVAC. What that really showed was, and yeah, I know there was a lot of things, but one, it's just an opinion. But what people don't understand is that showed that Biden did not snoop or spy on Trump's campaign like he said.
No.
All lies.
And these folks know it.
Right. They think that Durham report was a win for them because it's like, no, you got to remember how long ago it was, 4 years ago, what the claim was the Durham report was going to say. They don't remember what Donald Trump promised the Durham report was going to say, and it didn't say that.
Well, can you remind them what that report was supposed to confirm?
It was supposed to prove that Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama were spying on the Donald Trump campaign. It was going to put them in jail, and it was going to, first time ever, a president is going to jail. Okay, it's going to be Barack Obama. Okay,
They were trying to put Obama in jail.
He's a horrible, horrible man, this Barack Obama.
I
He's
can't.
a horrible man. Spied on my campaign.
Where did he get this stuff from? They really wake up believing this.
Yeah, that's just it. It was through his entire presidency we heard about this, and then 2 years more, the Durham report. But they don't remember that long ago. All they know is the FBI shouldn't have investigated.
And it's so funny how on 1 second we don't trust the FBI, but then you get the Durham report and we trust it.
Exactly.
You must think I'm the dumbest person out here to believe you.
Right.
You can't even be consistent. It don't work like that.
Exactly. All right, Triple H, I'll let you go.
All right, brother. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me up. I'll talk to you later.
Yes, no problem. See, ladies and gentlemen, there's nothing difficult. I don't know why Americans out here really struggling with this exercise. Get in the box and tell the truth. If you are asked a question, thank you, Ren. Thank you so much. If someone asks you a question and you find that you're not able to give a direct answer, that is a good indication that perhaps 1, you don't know what you're talking about, or 2, you are about to lie. Simple. And cut it out. Because I don't got time to talk to either situation. If you don't know what you're talking about, you're wasting my time. And if you're about to lie, you're wasting my time and you're being corrupt about it. You're being greedy. You don't deserve my time. All right, moving along, ladies and gentlemen. Today, what we are talking about.
Oh my God! You let me in. You let me in the kingdom.
Oh, greetings, Mr. Wick.
My man.
Oh, it's getting hot in here, but I'm trying to get through and talk to everyone that I can because it's hard to do, right? You do it too. I see your lives.
I've never been live yet. I haven't been live yet. I just go on people's lives,
right?
I go to people's lives.
Yeah.
I haven't got. Anyway, I love the old boy. He took my thunder about Disney, but did you hear also they had a Pride Day today, and since D Satan canceled it, because he does not want drag show in Pride Day.
Wow.
So what you're saying is now you're denying military. We're not talking about veterans. We're talking about active duty
Mm.
in Tampa, which is one of the largest bases, spec war, one of the most powerful bases in the world.
What?
And you're saying that these people can't, their spouses and their whoever cannot enjoy a day about them. So now we want to get rid of the military. Is that what he's saying? I'm just asking.
I gotta reassess what Ron, because see, I dibble and dabble in Ron DeSantis land, but the man doesn't seem like he thinks all the thoughts through. So I can't call it. I don't know if this is sabotage. I'd hate to say he's sabotaging himself, but that's what it looks like.
I mean, he really wants melanated people out of there. He
Wow.
wants it. He wants it. You know, people who can't stand bright sun, which you're not gonna get nothing done. So, because Florida, we all know, is another type of heat and humidity,
Mm-hmm.
and so, but you want to get rid of the military. That's what you're saying. You want the military gone, not just Disney.
Dang.
We want the military. Oh, what are those other things called? Football teams. So now
Oh,
you want the NFL gone. Is that what he's saying?
self-sabotage.
You want Tampa Bay, Miami Dolphins, and the upcoming Jacksonville Jaguars. You want those teams gone too.
Get him
And,
out
oh,
of here.
and hold on, the NBA team, the Miami Heat. Now, I don't know anything about hockey, so I'm not going there. But there's baseball teams. And the
Yeah.
baseball teams, aren't the baseball team foreigners? Because I don't really,
Some of
baseball
them.
really is truly a foreign sport, right?
Yeah. Some of them. I've seen them. I don't follow baseball like that, but I've seen a few of the players. I know not all of them were born in the U.S.
Exactly. And most of, in fact, they snuck one of them out some years ago. When Major League snuck one of them out from Cuba, literally on TV. They told it. So you're going to tell me now we're going to get rid of baseball? I'm just saying.
So, and you know who they're going to blame once this goes down?
Oh my
Who
God.
they going to blame?
Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris. That's who they're going to blame.
They gonna blame
Because she's
Kamala
not.
Harris. Wow.
They're going to blame
Wow.
Kamala Harris. That's who they're
I'm
going to blame,
done.
not Biden. It's Kamala. It's that Kamala.
Wow.
She's done everything. You know why? Because she's in that racist what's that called? Soros. She's one of those
Soros. George
alcoholics.
Soros ain't got nothing on Cash Patel.
You know? Oh, but they want Candace Owens though. They want Candace Owens.
Where you get all these nicknames from? Where you getting all these clever lines from, Mr. Wick?
Bruh, I've been watching the great one, the Triple H himself.
So you know that I'm a bit of a vocabulary villain out here, perhaps. Is that what you're suggesting?
Yes, if I want to be on your level, I have to listen, which it seems like Republicans just don't do that. They don't listen. They don't take note. They'll just say whatever Sean Hannity says. Hey, let's go tear up our coffee machine. Well, the Keurig. Let's go hate on the Keurig.
The Keurig. You want to hate on a coffee maker, perhaps? Why?
I'm mad at coffee. I'm mad at you, coffee machine.
Listen, and this is why I get out here and I have to have these conversations, because they really are mad at coffee machines, and it's perfectly understandable if you've been listening to programming that makes you feel like the coffee machine is the problem. But here's the news flash. You bought it. You can't be mad at the coffee. You got to be mad at yourself, folks. And you can't stop blaming the Democrats. Stop it. Okay, I'm asking you, please cut it out. Everything can't
Before I get off.
Yes.
Before I get off, just tell me this. Why is it that if I speak to you in public, or I speak to someone else who, let's say we don't know that they're Democrat, they don't speak and say, hey, I'm a Democrat. But why do the Republicans make it like they're a race of people?
Mm,
They make it like literally they are born with Republican on their chest or head. Well, they much of them
mm,
don't have much brain. So
mm,
why do they speak like that?
mm.
Or liberals? And I'm tired of them saying liberals because they do not understand with liberty and justice for all, not liberty and conservative for all,
That.
liberty and justice.
You hear that?
So when they come on your page, they're speaking with their mind. So that means they're being liberated of their thoughts. So that makes them liberal. Am I wrong? I mean, maybe I'm
It makes
wrong.
them liberal and woke.
But
I
hey,
post these videos and they come into my comments and they send me, man, Zeus, you need to wake up. And I say, you want me to be woke?
hey, with that cup of coffee from Keurig, the cup of coffee from Keurig wakes them up. That's part of waking up is what they call Repukins tears in my cup.
Oh, that's hard. That's hard. The only thing I can say is this. You should have had fun while I was asleep. Because now that I'm woke, I'm out and I'm ready to talk.
Yes, and since you are so important, everybody wants to get on. Let me get my last one. I forgot. I had one more. Your boy HVAC. I went head to head with that turtle. He is slower than a snail in snow. This dude says he asked him about his credentials about being in the military. This man has no vet, no turn, no nothing of being a veteran, but he has a picture of a veteran. He is not no veteran. Ask him his credentials. Ask him for the receipts. He tried to say I'm not. All I ask for y'all is to verify my 5 pictures on my page with my beautiful uniform and my medals from the Navy.
There
20
you go.
years. Thank
There
you
you
very
go.
much.
There you go.
All right.
All right,
Big
brother
dog,
William.
I'm out. Thank you. I'm always in your corner. Thank you
All
so
right.
much.
All right, brother. I appreciate you for stopping by and saying hi. You know, I try to keep it clean in here because I understand a lot of people have different walks of life. You know, I don't get into all of that. Do you got this and that? Comparing myself. I just tell people straight up like it is. Handle your business so that your business doesn't handle you. Period. Okay. Now, as you can see, we are going to bring up some more of our guests. Oh, okay, nice. Greetings, Brother Shane. Nice to see you. Long time no see. Well, mind your August 88. Whatever goes on in this kingdom, that's Zeus's business. Okay, cut it out. Shane, I think you're timing out, bro. I don't know what's going on. Oh my gosh. Greetings, Toy. Nice to see you.
Hey, it's good to see you.
Good to see you. How are you doing?
I am pretty good. Can't complain. Well, I shouldn't complain anyways.
Uh-huh. Well, that's good. You know, today I'm talking about, you know, I'm in the closet of truth and uh-oh. Is that your
Oh, I'm here.
okay.
I had a
Oh,
phone
okay.
call.
Oh, okay. So we're good. I said I was talking about you know, Jim Jordan today. Today we found out that Trump official Kash Patel was paying those whistleblowers. Do you have
Yeah.
any thoughts about that?
It's business as usual, isn't it?
Hmm.
That's on brand for him and them. It's nothing shocking.
Hmm.
If there's something good to say about him, I would be shocked.
Hmm. Hmm. And I'm not paying you to say these things, am I? Hello. Am I did I ask you to come in this live and say this stuff? I think we're having
No,
technical.
absolutely not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got
I'll-
another phone call. Sorry. Now my dog is going crazy. But no, you didn't tell me to come in this live and say this stuff. I live in New York and I've had to witness this man being a con artist for my entire life.
You hear
I've
that?
had to witness him bankrupt casinos. I mean, casinos, the ethos of it is the house never loses. How do you bankrupt a goddamn casino, much less several casinos?
Now
They
you
take
gotta
black and
keep
brown
it clean.
people.
We gotta keep it clean.
Okay.
Keep it clean. Now we're talking about Trump. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought we were talking about Jim Jordan. But yes, you got hate for Trump. Let's hear it.
I don't have hate. I just
Okay,
have
yeah,
this,
right. Criticisms.
yeah, disdain. I mean, listen, I didn't want him to
Fair
be
enough.
president.
I
However,
apologize.
he became president, so I didn't want him to fail.
Mm.
Because if he failed, we fail. Who wants
Right.
that? That's lunacy, you know what I mean?
When he started his presidency off, I think we all had that, right? Even those of us who were very critical of him. Well, I guess we lost our guest. Oh my goodness. And I do hope I'm assuming they got a phone call. So, with that being said, we are going to bring up our crowd favorite, Brother Swervin.
Brother
And I know Brother
Zeus.
Swervin is going to take us on home. Greetings.
Greetings to you, my friend. How are things in the kingdom this fine evening?
Oh, they're great. How about you?
Oh, I'm hanging in there, man. Mama Jenny had a good service with her physical therapist, so that went good, and she's up and about. And when it was over, I sent my wife a text message. I said, "Hey, FYI, Thunder Thighs is on the move. Thunder Thighs is loose." You know, so. But no, it's been a good day, man. It's been a pretty decent day here in the Fortress of Solid Truth.
There you go. There you go. Well, it's been a great day here in the closet of truth as well. And I was tempted to skip it today because, there's always things that me and you, we're both busy people all the time, right? But we hang out on TikTok when we can, which is great. But I was going to skip it until this Dan Goldman thing popped up on my timeline. Some of these people reached out to me and they said, Zeus, can you talk about Dan Goldman and this Cash Patel situation? First person I actually thought about was you. And I said, I wonder what Swervin thinks about this.
Well, I gotta agree with what Toy said. Okay, and what she said was it's business as usual, right? When it comes to the GOP, I find it I find it very funny that everybody and their mama knew that he was paid by Cash Patel.
Right.
But either Jim Jordan knew that and he ignored that, or he knew that and didn't care about that. But you cannot tell me there's no way that he didn't know. And he still chose to put him on the stand anyway.
Right.
And I listened to their testimony, and I don't know about you, but a lot of things in their testimony just sounded made up. I'm not, because, let's be real. If we make up a story in our head, to us, it's truthful. If I make up a story about going to the grocery store,
Right.
well, then to me, that's the truth. I went to the grocery store.
Right.
And that's how you can cheat a lie detector test.
Right.
Well, that's one of the ways that I know to cheat it.
Right.
But if you're gonna sit there and it just seemed, the story seemed made up and too well fabricated.
Right.
But then how do you get Cash Patel involved with an FBI agent who has been disgraced, and then Cash Patel says, "Hey, I'm gonna pay you"? I would like to know what Cash Patel paid him for. And this is the hypocrisy in someone like Jim Matt Jordan. He won't call Cash Patel to testify and say, "Hey, what did you pay this man for?" He won't do that.
Wow.
But he will be very quick to sit there and make the accusation that Alvin Bragg was paid by George Soros.
Wow. Make that
with
make
absolutely no proof. But we have the proof. I guess the details are all in the ingredients.
Yep.
And the ingredients of conspiracy is, First,
That's
you
right.
need some. You need to create a problem.
Mm,
Another one of the ingredients is a conspiracy. You have to get people to go along with you.
right.
And the third and final, and this is the utmost important ingredient in conspiracy, money. Somebody has to be paid off. Somebody has to be paid off, or they get unalived.
Right.
You know, I mean, if you're watching Jack Reacher, yeah, somebody's probably gonna lose their life.
Right.
You know what I'm
Tell
saying?
them. Tell them, yes. This is what we've been trying to tell these folks.
But I just want to know how they're gonna spend this tomorrow.
Oh, they're going to see this as a victory, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh,
I mean, I don't know what part of this is a victory. I really don't.
you know what was funny? I don't recall. I don't recall Jim Matt Jordan
I love it when you-
talking about how the DOJ and the FBI was weaponized while they were investigating Hillary Clinton. It never came up.
Never.
I find it very weird.
Lips
But
sealed.
as Stacey said in her opening remarks this morning,
Mm.
it's funny how all of a sudden the DOJ is weaponized when they start going after a white man. But when they was going after Hillary Clinton, it
Oh.
wasn't weaponized at all. But now
Oh.
they start going after Donald Trump and
Ooh.
accusing people of being paid by George Soros.
Mm.
And I guarantee you, not a single one of these people could pick George Soros out of a lineup.
They can't.
If you had a 5-person lineup and all 5 of those people was George Soros, they could not pick George Soros out of a lineup.
Oh, they confused. We don't know who he is. We just heard his name.
Zeus, I promise you, my brother, they would be sitting there looking at it going, well, he kind of looks like Bill Gates.
Sad.
Okay. Well, what does
Sad.
Bill Gates look like? Like him? All right, sir. Well, that's actually George Soros.
Mm.
No, I think y'all got the wrong picture. Lord have mercy.
Shame. And this is sad that we got to talk like this and show you all kind of what these conversations are really like behind the scenes so that you can see why we could easily call this madness out. It doesn't make sense.
None of it makes sense. Here's the type of person Jim Matt Jordan is, okay?
Get mad, Jordan.
He sit there. I remember when they were having the marathon voting session trying to get a speaker to House, and somebody actually nominated him. And in their nomination remarks of Jim Matt Jordan, they said when you talk about someone who will stand up and protect the country, this is the person that comes to mind. I'm like, he couldn't protect the athletes at Ohio State University.
Uh-oh.
Now we're supposed to trust him to protect the entire country?
That
Are you
part.
kidding me right now?
That part.
He didn't say nothing about those athletes who were assaulted. Nothing.
Where is the outrage now?
Oh, they have phony outrage because the first thing they'll do is blame Joe Biden for sniffing his granddaughter's hair.
Here we go again.
That's what they'll do.
That's what they got. That's the best you got.
Yeah, and we could easily sit here, but I'm not real big on whataboutisms, right? But I guarantee if you said, well, what about Jim Matt Jordan not protecting the athletes at Ohio State? Well, what about Joe Biden sniffing his granddaughter's hair while they were waiting to get into his son's funeral, Beau Biden, who served our country faithfully and loyally. And he leaned over and gave her a kiss on the forehead while they were waiting to go in. And you have a problem with that, but you won't say nothing.
You won't.
About the assault that Donald Trump has portrayed and the fact that they don't even think he's guilty of the E. Jean Carroll case. They're like, well, he wasn't found guilty.
Wait a second. Are you saying these folks are out here still trying to say they don't believe E. Jean Carroll?
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. They'll say he wasn't found guilty. He was found liable. And Zeus, I don't know about you, brother, but I'm gonna tell you like this: if I had to pay $5 million to anybody, I'm guilty of something.
Yeah, that's how it works.
And I don't need nobody to try to spin it for me either.
Yeah.
but they will spin and spin and spin and defend and defend and defend this man to their dying breath. Now they're sitting
I
here
don't.
defending Ron DeSantis.
Mm.
Disney just pulled $1 billion of
I heard
yeah.
$1 billion.
Imagine,
Somebody's going to jail.
man. Come on, brother. If $1 billion of investment showed up to your neighborhood, you know your neighborhood's about to get
Listen,
nice.
you're right. You know that movie Friday, Big Worm? You remember that part? Big
Yeah.
Worm smoked somebody for $50. Now, $1 billion? Ron DeSantis might not be, he in trouble. That's a
Yeah.
lot of palms that aren't getting greased. I'm just
Yep.
being honest. That's no money to play with.
You just cost all of us some money. I mean, it's like some mafia stuff, right?
Yeah. One person did all that. Oh, I'm going to have a conversation with you immediately, sir.
Look here, Ron, we got to talk.
And
And
don't blame the Democrats.
and you might want to wear your go-go boots because you might be going someplace where they easy to clean off.
Mm.
But you know he's gonna sit there, and this is the standard Republican move, Zeus.
What is it?
And I always use Texas as an example.
No,
Texas
talk to me.
Republicans have been in charge of the state of Texas for over 30 years. But everything that's wrong in the state of Texas, they
Is
blame Democrats for. And everything that's wrong in the state of Florida, they blame Democrats for.
Wow. And we're on to the trick now. You can't trick us now.
Yeah,
We see it.
oh, you can't have it. And with the, you know, they're still trying to spin the immigration bill that he signed into law. And we've seen them set up checkpoints 100 miles
Wow.
away from the Georgia state border,
Wow.
100 miles away,
DeSantis.
just pulling people over, asking them if they're U.S. citizens.
Wow.
And what if they say no?
This is the America you want?
Yeah.
This is what they
Now we
want?
need. Yep. Yep.
Mm-mm-mm.
Back in the 90s, before the USSR dissolved, I was over there for a few weeks,
Mm-hmm.
and every state that I drove through, I needed papers. That's where we are right now. If you don't look light and right, then no, we want your papers.
Wow. Y'all
What kind of
get
BS?
ashamed
What kind
of
of BS
yourself.
is that?
This is
But
this
yeah,
is
man.
this is the country that they've been begging us to get. They get out there and they go out and vote in their worst interest, and then they get this mess on them, and they go, "Look what the Democrats did to me." No, you
Yeah.
did it to yourself.
Oh, I promise you, somebody's gonna get hung up in one of these border checks. Somebody's gonna get hung up in one, and the first thing they're gonna say is, "The Democrats put this into effect." You know, I was on a live last night,
I tell you.
and this was so hilarious to me. I was on a live last night because I just couldn't sleep, so I came downstairs, sat out here on the porch with my dogs.
Nice.
We're just sitting here chilling, and then all of a sudden, I sent a guest request to get into this live.
I'm
Because
listening.
the amount of misinformation that I heard going back and forth between just this disrespectful piece of garbage talking to these two women. And finally, I came up into the box and I said, let me ask you a question. Why are you sitting here complaining about taxes when you said you were a Trump supporter? Well, Joe Biden raised everybody's taxes. Oh, really? When did he do that? When did that happen? Well, it must have been earlier this year because my taxes went up. I said, okay, the taxes that you paid this year were from last year. Well, then it had to have been last year. Oh, okay. Do you know we are still under Donald Trump's tax plan? Well, that's not true. What do you mean it's not true? That's a fact. And you can Google this. It'll take you 10 seconds to Google it. We have no tax plan under Joe Biden.
Right.
So what are you sitting here crying about?
Oh, you didn't do that to him, did you?
Oh, I spent about 8.5 minutes dog walking him before he ran.
Oh my goodness. This is
And it
what I'm
was
talking about.
a civil conversation. Neither one of us raised our voice.
Okay, good, good.
You know, I didn't curse at him. I didn't swear at him or anything like that. I was being civil.
Okay, that's good. Then that means we're actually getting somewhere, and these are people that are actually willing to reconsider alternative sources and facts. Okay, we can work with you, but if you're out there and you're still hell bent on blaming the Democrats, I can't do it.
Yeah, I can't either. If you're hell bent on blaming Joe Biden for gas and oil prices going all over the world, ain't nothing I can do for you.
No.
If you
I don't know if you are noticing those egg prices. They're coming down.
Oh, dude, come on! I bought a carton of eggs. Oh shoot, what is this? Thursday?
Right.
I bought a carton of eggs Tuesday afternoon. 18 eggs in a carton. It was $2.99.
Where is the folks that were crying about those egg prices at? Have you heard them in the lives talking about it?
Over the past week or so, I have.
Oh, what did they say?
Well, one person actually tried telling us. I think it was Miss April's live. He tried telling us that egg prices were like $12 a dozen. And I said, where at? I'll look it up right now. And I looked it up, and the lowest price I found eggs where he lived was $3.99. And I said, so I don't know who's selling you these eggs. Like, are these magic eggs that cook themselves, or like what are we talking about here?
Hey, that means that these folks that are selling them eggs at $12 know they got them some fish on a hook. They didn't came down, and they know they still got a few out there that's gonna pay full price for it.
Yep,
Wow.
they got a whale. They got a whale, and it just amazes me. You know,
Jesus.
the avian flu swept through the country, and we had to unalive over 50% of the egg-laying chicken population out there.
Right.
So to stop it from spreading, and that was Joe Biden's fault. And I'm like, man, y'all just like. And then I'm listening to a live this morning. Guy was like, the wall worked when Donald Trump was president because he built the wall. And so the host asked him, she said, okay, so we have the same wall under Joe Biden. No, we don't. He stopped it from being constructed.
Oh.
And she tried to get him to see reason and logic. And she said, okay, so if Donald Trump finished 52 miles of wall.
Right.
And when Joe Biden came into office and he halted construction of it, then it was 52 miles of wall.
Correct. That's simple math.
That's basic math.
Right. Right.
And he goes, well, yeah, okay, yeah, I see that. And she goes, so why did it work under Donald Trump and it didn't work under Joe Biden? And then he repeated, Zeus, I heard it for myself. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. He regurgitated exactly what Donald Trump said when he was at Mar-a-Lago after he got arrested.
Oh, Lord.
He said Joe Biden took the wall down and hit it. And the host was like, wait a minute. Wait, he took the wall down and
Sleepy
hit
Joe?
it? Sleepy Joe took this wall down and hit it. We got.
Y'all need a comedy show. They need a comedy show with all these conspiracies. Is he awake? Is he asleep? What is it?
Oh, this stuff writes itself. Me, you, and dozens of others. We already have enough material. All we got to do is sit down and write it to where we could have our own HBO hour-long comedy special.
We really do, brother. I think it's time. I think we need to show them what this looks like to the rest of the world. Yeah, he's sleepy, and he was asleep when he campaigned against Trump. And he magically ascended into the White House. While he did this, him and his son, Hunter Biden, had all the dope in the world. And while they're on all the dope, Joe's asleep, They're running a mastermind crime operation. Just tell me, folks,
Yep.
there's 24 hours in the day. Which of those hours was the crime actually being committed in? He got to sleep for at least how many times? How many hours? 10 hours.
And
We gotta say
remember,
Biden is asleep for 10 hours, right?
remember, Zeus, that criminal mastermind organization was between 3 different countries.
Oh, it gets worse.
So you're talking about the shipment, the import and export of illegal goods, and the illegal
Time
wire
zones.
transfers of money in different
Wow.
time zones.
Oh,
Did all of this while he was sleeping.
make it make sense.
He was knocked out.
He knocked out. Hunter Biden's on his laptop doing some dirty things, hanging out with strippers.
Knocked out.
But in 24 hours, they gotta at least take what? How many hours a day to do these crimes?
Well, according to these people, it happens in just a matter of seconds. Because that's how good Sleepy Joe is at it.
Seconds? I'm done. I can't take this stuff no more. I feel like I'm in Congress with Jim Jordan right now. This is ridiculous.
Sleepy Joe might as well be the new Don Corleone.
Yo, he an international crime organizing individual. Sleeping all day long. Son's on dope, hanging out with strippers, but they getting all this money.
Yeah. And according to, who is it, James Comer? His grandkids are picking up the slack now.
Oh, now that's next level right there. Now you got the grandkids in there.
Oh, they've implemented James Comer. Oh no, not James. Who's the guy that's the congressman? The one heading the. Because I get James and John confused.
James and John. Who's this John?
John was the special counsel.
John Durham?
Yeah, that's it.
John Durham.
I get them to confuse, but according to James Comer, they now have smoking gun evidence, which they won't show anybody, that now his grandchildren have been implicated. All of his children, Ashley Biden, Hunter Biden, even Jill Biden, his grandchildren. And what are the Republicans' famous last words? You wait and see. You wait and see.
We are waiting. Please, do you have Hunter's laptop?
Zeus, I didn't have to wait this long for my credit score to get good enough for me to buy my first house.
Woo!
So I just don't get it,
Your
brother.
credit score. Swerve, you got all the jokes, man. Where you getting this material from? It's like it's almost writing itself right on the spot.
It does write itself. I mean, they float by, pull them down out of the sky. They float by, just pull them right down.
I can't. I'm not going to wait. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm not going to stay up late like it's Christmas Eve, waiting for Jim Jordan to come down that chimney with Hunter Biden's laptop.
Mm-mm.
And you should not be leaving cookies and milk for Jim Jordan. I'm just being honest with you folks.
I'm sure not going to be waiting for him to come down that chimney with somebody who's been paid off by someone like Kash Patel.
Hey,
you know, because when I was told about how the DC National Guard moves in Washington, D.C., especially on January 6th, oh, well, Swervin, you should go look at this video by Kash Patel. I've already seen the video. Everything that people keep telling me to go and look at, I've already seen it.
Right.
But she was very adamant that Kash Patel, he was the truth on why Nancy Pelosi could have moved the National Guard. No, come on.
Come on, folks.
Zeus, let me turn you on to a documentary. I don't know if you've seen it or not. It's called Pelosi in the House.
That's a real documentary?
That is a real documentary. It's called Pelosi in the House. And her daughter, Nancy Pelosi's daughter, is the documentarian. She's a filmmaker.
Oh, okay.
And I want to say about the last 15 or 20 minutes of said documentary is them fleeing to a safer location when the attack happened on the Capitol. So really, it gives you a lot of really good insight, and you see a lot of really good video of her, Mitch McConnell. I believe Jamie Raskin was there. Who else? Chuck Schumer.
This
They're
is
all
surrounding what happened on January 6th,
yeah,
perhaps. Because I think I've seen clips of it.
yeah. But they're all there on the phone with the Attorney General, one of the Joint Chiefs, trying to get help at the Capitol.
Wow.
And
Wow.
she wanted me to go and look at Kash Patel and see why the National Guard could move without Donald. Are you kidding me? I was born at night, but it wasn't last night.
Not last night, ladies and gentlemen. So cut it out. Cut it out.
Exactly.
So
Oh,
I'm gonna have to check it out maybe this weekend, because nothing piques my interest like a good old documentary, usually about American history or some of these political figures. That right there just does something to me. So I'm gonna have to check it out.
that was definitely a historical day,
Pelosi in the
and
house, right?
Pelosi in the House.
There you
And
go.
I believe it's on HBO Max. If you can't find it there, you can find it at 123freemovies.net. And it's totally free there, along with a whole bunch of other stuff that's free there.
That's right. See, we don't want you all to not know this. That's why we share this information. We share these conversations with you. We want you to be equipped when you go out here and you get into these lives with these fake TikTok hosts. They say they're hosts. I'm the host. Listen to me. And then they just turn around and they lie to you. Okay? You got to know this is a real conversation happening in America. So that when you hear people talking, you're going, oh, I have something to bounce that information off of now.
Exactly. And that's the whole thing. And Zeus, you've heard me say it in your lives
No.
anytime and other people's lives. Don't ever believe a thing that I tell you. Go look it up for yourself, because if you go and look it up and you do your own research and you find it for yourself, then you will learn something for yourself.
Amen.
And that should have more value to you than almost anything else. But you gotta get into that research. I'm tired of hearing these people go, hey, where can I find this at? Well, I'm not doing your homework for you.
Oh, cut it out.
Well, I'm not asking you to do my homework for me. Well, Google search it. Okay. Well, no, don't Google search it, because we know Google it's all about left leaning.
Oh, cut it
Oh
out.
my goodness.
They blame Google. They blame Democrats for Google now.
Yeah.
Shame.
and what
I
they
mean, goodness gracious.
here's what they don't understand. Google is nothing more than a search engine. Google is not the source. You can Google it, Bing it, Yahoo it, MSN it, DuckDuckGoose it, whatever you want to do, but you can find the same articles that I find and I read, especially when it comes to news and politics.
Listen up. There's no trick to this. I don't have to coordinate with Brother Swervin to get this kind of dialogue. It's out there. Open up your mind.
The biggest source of information in the world is right there at your fingertips.
That's right.
And instead of doing that, they become headline hoochies. Joe Biden shut down the pipeline. Ooh, I'm gonna run with that. Joe Biden shut down the pipeline.
Got him.
That's when they go, yeah, we got him. I'm like, that ain't no gotcha moment. That pipeline was shut down in 2018. Who was the president in 2018? Donald Trump. Oh, okay. So his Supreme Court shut it down. All Joe Biden did was kill the last remaining permits for it. That was it.
Well, I'm glad we're getting that cleared up, because there was somebody, what's his name, trying to confuse the kingdom. Listen, who do you think Biden, he asked me, who do you think Putin wants? Who do you think Putin prefers? Biden or Trump?
Oh, I heard that conversation the other day. He clearly prefers Donald Trump.
As if we didn't see it.
Yeah. We saw it with our own lying eyes. And then you have Donald Trump, the Lion King, who is sitting there talking about, when I remember when she asked him about the debt ceiling, and he said, "Well, it's psychological. You don't know. That ain't
Oh,
that. Look, what?
yeah. That's that tricky mental gymnastics, Trump.
So
Trump.
if the country goes bankrupt, that's a psychological problem."
In his mind, he declassified those documents. It's psychological. I'm an X-Men. I'm Professor X.
More like Professor Reject. But Zeus, listen, brother, I'm not gonna keep you. I know it's getting
All right.
I know it's
I
getting a
gotta
little
wrap it
late.
up too. We made it here, Brother Swerve. I appreciate you. We carried on.
Always a pleasure, my friend. And I know it's getting kind of late in the kingdom. It's like it's
Absolutely.
getting a little late here in the Fortress of Solid Truth.
Greg, I see you, but I got a rule, champ.
So
Yes.
I'm gonna get down, Zeus. You have a good one.
All
Jim
right.
Jordan is a piece of garbage, and I'm gonna stand on that with my whole chest.
Hey, and I will too. And we're gonna go ahead and sign off on that note. All
I'll
of
see you
you
later,
out there,
brother.
thank you all for coming and enjoying the moment of truth, the closet of truth with us. We got to the bottom of it, yes. And I will be back tomorrow morning at what is it, 6:30 a.m. Pacific time, bright and early for the morning show. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, take care. And to the Trump supporters, you know what it is. Get those knee pads ready, cause Jack Smith is coming. I'm out of here.